You might assume the 38 Special faded into obscurity years ago, overtaken by modern polymer handguns and high-capacity semi-autos. But this cartridge isn't going quietly into the night, and its return is stirring up some real concern among certain members of the law enforcement community. In today's video, we're digging into why the 38 Special is making waves again, why some police departments are pushing back against its revival, and what makes this classic cartridge a favorite for many of us who believe in responsible self-defense and the right to carry. Let's get one thing straight. The 38 Special is far from obsolete. To shooters only familiar with the latest semi-automatics, a 5- or 6-shot revolver might seem like a thing of the past. But that viewpoint overlooks a rich history. This round was a mainstay in law enforcement for much of the 20th century. That kind of legacy doesn't vanish overnight. Sure, the shift to higher capacity sidearms, first to 9mm, then 40 Smith & Wesson, and now back to 9mm, reflected changing tactical demands. But even with all those advancements, the 38 Special is quietly regaining ground, particularly among shooters who prioritize reliability and ease of use. Revolvers have a certain charm. They can sit in a drawer for years and still function perfectly the moment you need them. No worries about worn magazine springs, finicky feeding, or mechanical hiccups. Just pull the trigger and it goes bang. And while a revolver doesn't offer the double-digit capacity of a modern semi-auto, let's be honest, in most self-defense encounters, it's that first accurate shot that counts. That's not to say the 38-8 is the end-all, be-all for every shooter. If you've been shooting 38 Special through a .357 Magnum revolver and dread cleaning out that stubborn carbon ring, you might start questioning whether you really need a Magnum at all, especially if you're not a fan of its heavier recoil. In those cases, a dedicated 38 Special wheel gun may actually be the smarter, more comfortable choice. For recoil-sensitive shooters or those seeking fast, controlled follow-ups, this cartridge can be ideal, especially under pressure. At the end of the day, the decision to carry a 38 Special revolver is deeply personal and completely valid, particularly if you're not planning to use 3 .557 Magnum rounds at all. Some critics will argue that you'd be better off with something more modern, like a 9mm or even a .327 Federal Magnum, which offers more capacity and less muzzle blast than .357. But we all know there's more to stopping power than raw energy numbers. The 38 Special, especially in +P configurations, has proven itself time and again as a reliable defensive round when properly used. And let's not forget the emotional connection many of us have to this cartridge. Maybe you remember your father's old service revolver, or that trusty nightstand gun your grandfather kept close. For many, the 38 Special evokes a sense of tradition and dependability that newer calibers just can't replicate. One load that always comes up in these discussions is the legendary FBI Load A38 Special +P with a 158-grain lead semi-wadcutter hollow point. It's long been respected as a capable man-stopper and continues to have a strong following to this day. Although the government eventually phased it out in favor of the 147-grain Federal +P plus HydraShock in the late 80s, there's still a dedicated group of shooters who trust their lives to that older FBI load. What's more interesting is that some of those same individuals are now embracing modern ammo technology, specifically rounds like the fluid transfer monolithic projectiles from Lehigh Defense. Options like the Extreme Defense and Extreme Penetrator may sound like something out of a sci-fi novel, but they're designed for serious performance. These bullets offer impressive penetration and cutting capabilities, all while maintaining low recoil, making them a great match for revolvers chambered in .38 Special. With advances like this, it's no wonder that many in the shooting community continue to rely on this cartridge, now more effective than ever. But before we dive into why certain police departments are raising eyebrows over the .38 Special's comeback, we want to hear your take. Is this round just a nostalgic throwback, or does it still have a legitimate place in today's self-defense toolkit? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your perspectives. Now, let's address the controversy. Why are some law enforcement agencies not thrilled about the .38 Special regaining popularity? A big part of it comes down to capacity. In today's world, where compact pistols often carry double-digit round counts, 5 or 6 shots can feel inadequate. Departments want their officers equipped for extended firefights or multiple threats, and the limited capacity of a revolver simply doesn't inspire confidence in that regard. Then there's the issue of reload speed. While revolvers have fewer mechanical complications, no slide to rack, no stovepipes, reloading them quickly under stress takes training and practice. Speed loaders and moon clips help, but they're still not as fast or intuitive as swapping a magazine in a semi-auto, and they can be awkward to carry daily. There's also an emerging solution on the market, the rapid loader system. It's a flat carry design that curls into place for loading like a traditional speed loader. If you haven't heard of this before, let us know in the comments if you want us to review it in a future video. It's clever and compact, but at the end of the day, you're still only loading 6 rounds, which doesn't fully address the capacity shortfall. Liability is another big concern for law enforcement brass. If an officer is forced to reload mid-incident and ends up outgunned, it can quickly become a legal or media nightmare. Plus, many departments aim for logistical consistency. Mixing .38 Special revolvers into an armory of 9mm and .40 caliber duty pistols just complicates ammo supply and training protocols. Then there's the optics, literally and figuratively. Departments want to project a modern image, and revolvers, fair or not, can be seen as outdated when compared to striker-fired pistols with optics and weapon lights. It's not necessarily a reflection of capability, but perception often drives policy. Still, for civilian concealed carriers and Second Amendment advocates, the .38 Special remains a trusted option. Capacity isn't always the most important factor when you're looking for a compact, reliable tool that just works. Even though law enforcement has mostly moved on, public interest in revolvers has never truly vanished. These guns continue to occupy a unique spot in the self-defense world, and for good reason. Despite the modern dominance of semi-automatics, several gun makers continue to support the .38 Special, especially by crafting revolvers specifically tuned for +P loads. Let's take a closer look at some of the top models that are helping to re-establish the .38 Special as a favorite among concealed carriers and revolver enthusiasts alike. If you're someone who prefers the time-tested reliability of a wheel gun, or just enjoy a simpler carry option, these revolvers are definitely worth your attention. Kicking things off is the rugged Ruger SP-101. This revolver is built like a tank-solid stainless steel construction that's more than capable of handling hotter +P loads. Thanks to its triple locking cylinder system, locking at the front, rear, and bottom, it offers rock-solid alignment and smooth operation. Maintenance is a breeze too, with a design that requires no special tools for takedown. One standout feature is the rubber grip with inset panels, which makes shooting more comfortable and prevents harsh recoil from digging into your hand. While the SP-101 is slightly heavier than some might expect for a 5-shot snub nose, that extra weight works in its favor by taming recoil and making follow-up shots more manageable, especially when running through a box of 38s at the range. Next up is the Charter Arms Undercover, a budget-conscious snub nose that doesn't sacrifice durability. It's been a favorite among those looking for a reliable EDC revolver without a steep price tag. Charter Arms did away with the traditional side plate design, opting instead for a stronger, simpler frame, and their clever use of steel and aluminum keeps the revolver lightweight yet tough. While older models were notorious for having grips that felt a bit too small under recoil, the newer versions come with larger, ergonomically friendly grips that greatly improve the shooting experience. Plus, the Undercover is +P rated, so it's ready to handle today's more energetic defensive loads. Another standout is the Colt Cobra, a modern revival of a classic name that marked Colt's return to the double-action revolver market. When this revolver hit the shelves, it proved Colt was still very much in the game. The Cobra sports a 2-inch barrel and comes equipped with a Hogue rubber grip that provides excellent recoil control. Its fiber-optic front sight and rear trench-style channel deliver a crisp, fast-sight picture. One of the most appealing things about the Cobra is its accessibility, easy enough for a beginner to use confidently, yet refined enough for veteran revolver shooters to appreciate. And of course, the Colt name carries with it a deep sense of tradition and pride for many. If you're after a more old-school vibe, look no further than the Smith & Wesson Model 10. A true workhorse in the revolver world, this K-frame icon has served everyone from police officers to home defenders for generations. The current model is rated for +P use and features classic wood grips, a blued finish, and fixed sights that maintain a clean, no-nonsense appearance. It may not be flashy, but picking up a Model 10 just feels right, like you're holding a piece of history that's still ready to get the job done. For those who want to bring revolvers into the 20th century, the Taurus Defender 856 Toro is a perfect example of blending classic design with new tech. This snub-nose revolver was built with optics in mind, featuring a mounting plate compatible with red dots using the Holosun K footprint. That's right, a revolver with a red dot. Add in a 3-inch barrel, 6-round capacity, and +P capabilities, and you've got a seriously capable self-defense tool that brings revolvers into the modern concealed carry conversation. While Taurus has had mixed reviews in terms of long-term durability, when they get it right, they deliver some seriously solid revolvers at a price that's hard to beat. The Toro variant stands out with a slightly longer barrel than your average snub nose, offering improved sight alignment and better accuracy potential. Add in the stainless steel cylinder and nicely contoured grips, and it does a respectable job of managing recoil. Another standout in the compact revolver space is the Smith & Wesson 442 Performance Center, often referred to as the Pro Series. This J-frame model comes factory modified to accept moon clips, making reloads quicker and smoother. It's chambered for 5 rounds of 38 special +P and sports an enclosed hammer, making it a true double-action only gun perfect for snag-free pocket or ankle carry. One of the biggest perks of a Performance Center revolver is the upgraded trigger, which is noticeably smoother than standard production models, giving shooters a more consistent pull. The combination of discrete size, +P capability, and enhanced reload speed is exactly why snub-nose revolvers still maintain a strong following among concealed carriers. You can toss one of these into a coat pocket or discreet holster setup and forget it's even there until you need it. So, what's behind the renewed enthusiasm for the 38 Special? For one, ammo availability. During high demand periods when shelves are stripped clean of 9mm, there's often still a box or two of 38 sitting there untouched. Rangegoers also love the simplicity of not having to chase brass. A handful of cases ejected from a revolver beats searching the grass for scattered casings any day. But the biggest draw? Simplicity. No slides to rack, no external safeties to fumble with, and no concerns about magazine seating. Revolvers offer a straightforward, no-frills shooting experience. For many folks who are passionate about self-defense rights, there's a strong appeal in that kind of mechanical honesty. Still, law enforcement agencies tend to shy away from the .38 Special. The main concern is capacity. 5 or 6 rounds just doesn't compare to the double-digit counts available in modern service pistols. Then there's power. While the .38+P is effective, it doesn't always meet the rigorous ballistic standards departments require. Additionally, switching over to or even supporting a revolver platform introduces training challenges. Officers would need specialized practice with speed loaders, extra time on the range, and possibly face public skepticism over using what many view as old tech. That said, some departments still authorize .38 or .357 revolvers as backup or off-duty carry options, which shows that trust in the platform hasn't vanished entirely. As for me, there's something timeless about a well-crafted revolver. If it's comfortable to shoot, reliable under pressure, and packs enough punch for real-world situations, it earns a place in my collection. But now, it's your turn. Are you carrying a revolver as part of your daily loadout? If so, which model has earned your trust? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow shooters, and don't forget to subscribe. Tap that bell so you're notified when we drop our next episode. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay sharp, and stay prepared.